Hello, welcome to episode 74 of Mustache Ride. I'm sure man cool. This over here, this guy right here is the Daddy Tooth,
Just call me daddy.
our resident father of the podcast. And we're so glad to have you here. This is going to be a fun episode. We record this show live every other week, every other Saturday night, right here on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching live. And of course, it's uploaded later on YouTube. You might be watching that way right now. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. Um, what's up, Tooth?
Uh, Nothing right now. I mean, besides the episode,
That's right.
it's been a crazy
But
week, 2
yeah, I
weeks.
bet it has been, man. You've been busy.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
been a crazy week.
I was honestly surprised we didn't postpone the episode because I figured you'd just be dog tired and too busy and whatnot with your new baby. But nah, we're here. We're
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it hasn't been too hard. My sleep schedule was pretty awful, just generally before, and so it's actually gotten better because now I'll sleep like for 3 hours, then I'll wake up and then I'll sleep for 3 more hours, opposed to where I used to sleep for 3 hours. Just
Period.
just period. Yeah. So
That's true. I bet it helps that you're on paternity leave too, I assume, at least.
yeah, I'll go back to work on Monday.
Oh, really? Are you
Yeah.
breaking it up? Like, do you have like more time to take off
No,
or what?
I had 2 weeks of
That's it?
paternity leave. Yep.
Oh, that's rough.
It's actually more than a lot of people I know. Generally, you typically get like a week off. But I can take more unpaid time off. But who wants to do that?
Oh, I see. I would. But I mean,
Yeah.
you got a family to support now. You can't just be taking time off work like that.
Yeah. That's so the 10 days is good. I'm gonna try to build up some more PTO and then I'll take that time off too. Because I used it all around the holidays because I was expecting to build at least another week before we had her, but we went in early. So we actually were
Right.
scheduled to go in for induction this past Thursday, so the 16th, but we ended up going in on the 6th, which is like
Right.
10 days early. So,
Wow. Well, we'll get back into it, but I'm glad to hear
yeah.
that you're doing all right so far. But yeah, real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. We would love if you subscribed. The sooner you subscribe, the better because we are planning on going through a name change soon. And so you'll want to be updated on all that information, of course. So you can also join our Discord as well because we'll probably be talking about that there a little bit as well. Um, but yeah, and also we have a Patreon, and we'll be changing all that information as well on Patreon. So we have a lot of work to do with this name change, but
Yes.
hopefully, long run it'll be worth it. So, um, but for now, we'll just enjoy the time we have as Mustache Tried.
Yeah. Yeah, because the days are limited. Time's ticking down
Yeah,
on it.
time's ticking down, just like time ticked down and officially reached zero for TikTok, dude. Like as of tonight, it's
Yeah,
gone.
it is gone. Yeah, I've been getting like messages. Some people lost it like a couple hours ago, so it just depends on where you were. I lost it about an hour ago now. It was gone.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I think that's about the same for me too. I don't know. I don't know. At least for those of us in the U.S.,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know people just in Canada still have it. You know what I mean?
Well, they've
So
actually been losing it
kind of
too.
crazy.
Canada and Mexico has been like there's been some problems with people losing access there as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. And then apparently all the subsidiary, or I don't know if that's the right word, all the other companies kind of associated with TikTok and like are owned by the same people are also gone. So like Marvel
Yes.
Snap is gone as well, and CapCut, and I don't know, maybe one or two other ones, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they owned like a lot of stuff, so that'll all be gone. There's supposed to be some wiggle room, like there's supposed to be like a delay on it for 36 hours and then a potential like 90-day extension. So there's some stuff that may happen still, but as of right now, we got the notification. You can't, I mean, you can get on there, but it'll just be a continuous looping ad of something.
Well, I feel like people spend so much time doom scrolling on TikTok that they'll have so much time freed up to raise hell and get TikTok back. Like they'll just spend all that time,
Well, it's
you
been
know,
it's been like
writing
endlessly
a letter to their senator or whatever. I don't know.
it's been
I don't know how
endless
it works.
campaigns like for the last month. It's been like every news like person that I follow on there has had a live, and all of them are like giving all the resources for who to call and who to write to, and they had a big trial.
Wow.
They TikTok invited a bunch of creators like to the trial to like talk about their experiences and how like a lot of their livelihoods are on there, and the US government was sort of just like, "Well, I don't care."
Yeah, I mean it doesn't affect me either. Like I wasn't even on TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok for like over a year. I feel like I hardly open the app. I don't post on there anymore. I just don't I think the main reason was because a coworker of mine was like, "Oh, dude, this TikTok of yours," and he like showed me,
Yeah.
and I was like kind of wigged out by it. I was like, "How do you? This is the internet. You're not supposed to know me and also see my stuff online. That's so weird."
Yeah, it is kind of weird when somebody finds you. Like I had that happen in when we still lived in Tennessee. I had somebody from my apartment complex, and it was just like proximity, like of
Yeah.
being close to somebody. So that was pretty funny. This guy
Does
was
is
chill
this
though.
affecting you? Are you a chronic doom scroller?
I wouldn't say I'm a doom scroller. Like I know when to like stop, but yeah, like I think I thought it was a really useful tool. It's like probably like the best way to get any information out there, and that's
Hmm.
just sort of gone. And then every other platform just isn't the same. Like there's no other platform that's a similar experience. Like Instagram Reels, Facebook, and YouTube are all sort of sterile. Like it's the same exact content every scroll almost. It'll get a little
Yeah.
bit diverse now that all the creators have to go somewhere else. Um,
Right.
but all of them are pretty sterile. I mean, the algorithms are sort of weird. Like the advertisements are weird. Like everything is sort of like, I don't know, like a little weird for me on all
Yeah.
the other
It won't
ones.
be the same. It
No,
won't be the same.
no, it will not.
I'm curious how the ripple effects of TikTok being gone will affect the other platforms. But are you planning on getting on like Red Note or whatever the next alternative will be? Have you heard of Red Note?
I did, yeah, I downloaded it, and it's like the first day it was crazy. Like it was like, oh man, I don't understand anything. The next day it was just like TikTok. It was exactly the
Really?
same. Yeah, it was like every creator that I had ever seen on TikTok was then on there. And so
Hmm.
it sort of worked out. I think there'll be like I think that'll be short lived. I don't think anybody will end up going there and staying there. Um,
Yeah.
but it's it's an app. I mean, I don't know how long before that one would get banned too.
Right. It's another Chinese TikTok like app. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know. I'm not planning on downloading Red Note probably. I honestly don't think TikTok's going to be gone for very long. I think it'll be back. It's not like the company's gone or anything. This isn't the same situation as Vine or anything either. It's kind of I don't know. It's just different, and I just don't see it sticking.
Yeah,
Um, but I
yeah,
don't know. I guess time will tell.
yeah. I hope not, but well, yeah. I guess we'll see. It'll be
Yeah.
tough. Tough for everybody that was a creator on it full time, and all the small businesses and all those things. I think a lot of people don't really see that, but that's what the app turned into. Like it was like funny
Yeah.
little skits, and then it turned into a real a real thing where a real like community building thing.
I think that's another like check in the box on the list of reasons why I stopped going on TikTok, because it was just like everything's an advertisement.
Mm,
Everything is an advertisement for something, whether it's an actual like ad, sponsored ad or whatever, or if it's a creator just trying to sell you something under the guise of using it every day and it being such a big, help in their life, and it's like a t-shirt. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or just
yeah,
some
yeah,
weird thing you've never seen before that you can buy on the TikTok shop conveniently. Everything was an ad, and you really had to filter out that stuff to get any actual good content. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe my algorithm was not good, or, dialed in enough, but I just lost a lot of love for TikTok over time when more stuff just became sponsored, it seemed.
yeah.
So I wasn't. I'm not too bummed about it, but I do feel for the people that are losing a lot of income, or a lot of their presence online because TikTok is gone. So weird.
Yeah, it is weird. That's a weird thing. It's like I don't know, it's not that unprecedented for the United States to ban something, but uh they seem to do whatever they want most of the time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know what's not weird? The Switch 2,
oh,
because that was announced. And
it's kind
it
of
looks
weird
pretty
too.
much. It looks exactly the same. It's just a
Yeah.
little bigger. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah,
It's
that's kind of
not
weird too.
that different from the first Switch.
Well, do you want to play the trailer and we can sort of uh talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bigger. I don't know if that's a good thing though.
For
Is it a good
me,
thing?
it's not really that big of a deal. Because I don't know, it's just it doesn't matter that it's bigger. Like if I want it bigger, I'll play it in the docked mode, and I don't want
Yeah,
it bigger if I have to hold it. So,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I think maybe it's bigger. Maybe they needed the real estate. You know what I mean? For the hardware that's in it. Maybe they
Maybe
needed
so.
that space behind the screen. But it's definitely bigger. And I like how they in the trailer they're comparing it to the launch Switch
Yeah.
and not the OLED, to make sure you know that it's definitely different than the Switch. Uh,
I
but
do think their little animation here for the first look trailer was pretty sick. Like I'm
yeah,
not
the
gonna lie.
trailer's dope.
Yeah, it was
100%.
pretty sick. Yeah,
Yeah, that what you call it? The kickstand?
yeah.
So much better, such a better design. Oh my god.
I just maybe I just don't play things the same as everybody, but I don't understand the kickstand. I would never use that.
I think certain games where you want the Joy-Cons detached, but yeah, it's not very common. And
I,
also if you're like sharing, so you give
yeah.
one Joy-Con to someone else and you have the other, kind of makes sense in that way, but um I don't know. What do you think about the idea of using a Joy-Con as a mouse?
Saw that, but it has that really been confirmed?
I mean, it's all but confirmed.
Yeah.
Besides the little Joy Cons going around like a mouse does
Yeah.
in the trailer, there's also like leaks and pictures, and you can even see it in the trailer. There's a little opening in the, I think, the right Joy-Con
Yeah.
for an optical laser that typically is in a mouse. I think it's smart.
I just
I
don't know
think
what
it's
they
genius.
what would they use it for?
First person shooters, uh whatever, they're probably going to have a Switch specific game, like 1-2 Switch, but for the Switch 2,
Hmm.
where it's like some artsy game where you're coloring, or I don't know, using a mouse to do really specific things. I don't know honestly, but it definitely gives Nintendo an avenue, like a new avenue for them to
Yeah.
create interesting experiences. You know what I mean? Like how the Joy Cons and motion control, they played around with that a lot. they've
Yeah.
never really been into games where you need to use a mouse, and so I'm curious how that'll kind of play into what they can do. You
Well,
know what I mean?
I'm thinking back to there was a game that was like for the Super Nintendo, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a like I can't remember what the game was called, but it was a game that had a mouse. Like it came with a mouse and a little mouse pad for the Super Nintendo,
Hmm.
and it was like a little art game like that. But I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was. But that was kind of cool. I had that game.
That that's a whole new question is a mouse pad. Like if you're using the kickstand and then you have the mouse, you're supposed to use the mouse. Like you don't have like a portable place to use a mouse everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
that's going to be janky as hell using a mouse on your leg or whatever. How's
Yeah,
that going to
it's
work?
I have no idea. So weird. It was called Mario
I don't know.
Paint.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Mario Paint came with this guy. Like the little
Little
mouse,
rollerball mouse.
it had mouse and mouse pad. I played this game all the time. That game was awesome.
They're going to come out with Mario Paint
Maybe
Deluxe or
that
something.
will be on the Switch too.
Mm-hmm.
I could get behind that.
Well, I like the idea of because I've always thought how I like movement with a joystick, like the left stick. I really like that, but I like aiming with a mouse better. So I like the idea of like holding the left Joy-Con to move around and do certain things, and then using the right Joy-Con to aim and shoot and stuff.
Hmm.
So I like the concept. I like it in my head. In
Yeah.
practice, I don't know how it's gonna be. And then I just think about all these developers that have to make that work. I guess it's just as easy as remapping buttons, but
Yeah.
um,
I
I don't
honestly
know.
I think if you were to play it, you would not like that at all. I'm thinking
Probably
like
not.
you're holding your Joy-Con, right? Because you're not gonna have it attached if you're gonna be using the mouse, right? So you'll have a loose Joy-Con to move around with, and then a mouse. So you're like quadruple motor skilling to play the game. You might as well just play it on the computer.
Well, yeah, we have that option. Not everybody has that option. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
kids or people that only have a Switch are gonna use and figure out a good way to make that work. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Um,
It'll be
so I
good.
don't know.
It's weird that it's so similar, but honestly, what else could it be?
Right.
We just
They're
needed the
known
switch.
for being they're known for being pretty experimental, trying
Yeah.
new things. But I mean, the Switch was just such a smash hit, pun intended. That it's why change things up too much. But
Yeah.
with an optical sensor or whatever, um, they're at least they're trying something new. It's not all the same
Yeah, that's
with the
true.
mouse.
I think we just needed the switch with better hardware. That's sort of just what we needed.
That's the rumors are that it's going to be about as strong or powerful as like a PlayStation 4,
Mm.
which like, in your hands, mobile, handheld, that's kind of good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 is good. I think it's solid hardware. Still is pretty good. Still plays all the games really well, honestly.
Yeah. Most games there's very few that don't work, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
And
coming
then
out
the new
soon.
Mario Kart, dude.
Oh yeah. The new Mario Kart,
You
that's going to be cool.
That's a lot of as far as like rumors and what it showed in the trailer, there's like 24 placements on the track.
Mhm.
That's a lot of
I
that's
mean,
a lot of green shells flying around.
I don't know 24 people to play Mario Kart with, but if I did know 24 people, I imagine it would be a blast. I'm just thinking like the chaotic items or whatever on the baby park or
Oh god.
Excite Bike. Oh, I'm thinking
That sounds like a nightmare.
that would be awesome. I'm into that.
I don't know. I think it should be cool. I'm curious what the like besides having more people, what the gimmick will be because like in the last Mario Kart there was like you're gliding and stuff. That was kind of one of the gimmicks. And then, the wheels turn up and you're kind of floating in some sections.
Mm.
Um, I wonder if that's going to stay the same, or if, maybe there's going to be different types of carts still. I don't know what, like scooters. Maybe there's going to be scooters.
Yeah, more scooters.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's hard to tell. Like, I don't know. Again, it's like one of those things with some of the Nintendo games. It's like, how many more of the same game can you make? Like Mario Party the Jamboree that just came out. Like, there's some cool things in it that are different, and it's a cool game, definitely worth the buy, but it's not that much different. You're not missing
Yeah.
out that much from just playing Mario Party. Um, and I think Mario Kart's sort of the same. Like, if you go back and play any of the old Mario Kart games, they're just as fun as the new one. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
different game. So or a different graphics, different, everything feels a little bit different because it's an older game, but at heart, still the same game. Not that much different.
I'm gonna buy the new one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Just
it
like I'm gonna
too.
buy the Switch, I'm gonna buy the new Mario Kart. I'm gonna buy the new thing. I don't know. I've been thinking of excuses of why, why to go back and use my Switch
Yeah.
again. You know, any game, most games that I want to play that are on the Switch are also elsewhere. Um, there's not a lot of games that I need the Switch for, but I do think that would be, I don't know. I want an excuse to use to play like Tears of the Kingdom because I never finished that game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want an excuse to go back and use my Switch again. Um, I'm gonna buy the Switch too. I just hope that I guess there is backwards compatibility. That's been confirmed.
I'm getting like a little bit of connection issue here. I'm gonna leave the Discord
Like
call
on
real quick.
Discord.
Yeah. And come back.
Yes. Are we back? Are we good?
We're back. Okay.
We're good.
That's better. Uh yeah, for me, I like the Switch because I don't have any other handheld thing. Like, I don't really play games on my phone that much, and I like the Switch. I would like to play it in handheld mode more, but I have this like weird mentality since I started streaming. Like, as I'll have a game that I want to play on stream, I don't
Mm,
want to play that game if I'm not streaming that game and I'm not
yeah.
able to record that game. And so it's hard because I'm like, oh, I could just like take this and play it and beat it. Like, I could have probably like beat a couple games while we were in the hospital, but I just like didn't take it because I was like, well, I can't record anything, I can't do anything with it. And so it's like this mentality that I just need to get over and just play the
You're,
games.
you're caught in a mental pickle
Yeah, yeah,
between streaming and not streaming. Yeah,
yeah,
I've definitely had that issue. Um, but I don't let it hold me back because I don't know. No matter what you play a game, you can still talk about it,
yeah,
and then you can always play a game again. Or if it's like I've had situations where I play like the beginning of a game and I'm like, I gotta stop because I want to play this on stream. I want to show
yeah,
people and I want to play. This would be too fun to stream, so I better just stop playing it solo now. Um, but I don't blame you. That's tough. It's
yeah,
hard to make that decision, but I say don't let it hold you back. You should just play what you want to play when you want to play it. But that's just me.
yeah. There are some games that I probably wouldn't stream that I'm just gonna go back and just play and off stream probably and do a little handheld mode. Get prepared for April when the Switch 2 comes out, and
Hmm.
which is
I
soon.
just I like that it's got a bigger screen. I hope it's an OLED screen right out the box. That like the first
That would
edition of the Switch 2,
that would be interesting if it did not
right?
have that.
And it's just gonna be like so in your face because it's large. I
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be a larger screen than what's on the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? Or
Mm,
obviously what's even on the OLED Switch. And the upgrade from OG Switch to OLED Switch is already like eye popping and beautiful because the OLED is just so pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Switch 2 has in store, but I guess we'll just have to wait. April, that's not even that long though. Like you said, that's
Mm,
crazy.
yeah, that's like it's almost February. So
Wow.
it's like we're right there.
Wow. Well,
Got to save up for it.
we'll have to look forward to it.
Put that money in the bank.
So
Put
you
the,
haven't played many games though since you had the baby. You just been grinding, changing diapers and popping bottles,
yep,
baby
yep.
bottles.
We had a real human baby. It looks like this. Her name is Sora, Sora Marie, and
That's a baby right there.
that's a baby. She's cute.
Hmm.
She's a cute baby. Pretty good baby. Sleeps a lot. Honestly, uh, what? We're a little over a week in, and I can already tell so far the baby has been easier than my dogs ever were.
Hmm.
100%. Like without a doubt.
Just lots of sleeping, not a lot of crying.
Not a lot of crying at all. Just
That's
when she
nice.
needs change, just when she needs to eat. That's pretty much it. She eats, we set her down in her bassinet, she sleeps till she wakes up again to eat again. And so I imagine that it could get like the further it goes, the more in depth it goes.
No
But right
doubt.
now it's easy. Easy peasy. The hardest thing has
Nice.
been like just trying to do things that you don't really know how to do in practice. Like see other people like burping a baby is
Mm.
difficult. I don't know the proper I know the proper technique in theory, but in practice your baby scrunches up. Like
Yeah, it
scrunches
gets
their
all
legs up.
tense and
Yeah, and
doesn't want to burp.
doesn't want to burp, doesn't stretch out
Ah,
their legs, and so that's been the hardest thing. But other than that, it's been like you ask a question to the doctor, they answer the question through a little chat, and it's pretty easy. We were in the hospital for a long time, so we went in on a Monday, the 6th, and we didn't get released until the 11th, and so we were in there for almost a whole week.
wow.
That sucked. That was
I
awful.
bet. Yeah, I mean, because even once you have the baby and they're doing tests or they're, just checking vitals and making sure everything's okay,
Yeah.
you don't want to just like go home.
Yeah, and we couldn't. Like we weren't allowed to go home like until we were all released. And
Well, I'm sure the wife also needed to, recover and stuff.
yeah, they released her on Thursday. Like
Oh,
discharged her on Thursday. And typically, I guess like it's only a 2-day situation. Like you
oh,
have
okay.
if everything's like normal, you have the baby, the next day you leave. Like
Right.
it's a pretty fast process, and I think what we did is pretty abnormal. Like 2 to 3 days is typical. Like 6 days is a little much. But she was even though that we were scheduled for the 16th, technically she was a month early. So,
Whoa.
but she came out good. She's already like up to 7 pounds, so pretty solid. I mean, just baby things. I did
Nice.
watch half a season of Demon Slayer. So I did do
I
that.
saw this on your list and I was beside myself.
So I was laying there, and while she's sleeping, she's not really moving. You're also not moving because you're just sort of laying there. And I was like, well, I'll just like turn this on. And Chelsea was sleeping. I was like, okay. And so I just watched half a season of it.
And verdict?
It's good. It's really good. I've watched the first 2 episodes before, like several
Right.
times. But it's cool. I like the animations. The fight scenes are kind of sick. I yeah, I like everything about that show. It's good.
You gonna watch more or you think that's
Yeah, yeah. I think I'll finish it out. Finish out this
wow.
show. So
Whoa.
yeah.
That's crazy. So just if you guys don't know, Tooth doesn't watch TV shows.
No,
Tooth
I
doesn't
don't.
sit there and watch TV.
I
I'd
don't.
say, "Oh, dude, the show is so good. Have you seen it?" And he's like, "No." every
That's
single time. No, I didn't
that's good.
watch that.
That's because I come home from work typically, and I just sort of like either am doing something like busy or streaming and like playing some game. And so like the time to watch television is just sort of like not in the schedule. Like it's not
Bro,
there.
you have like 6 monitors.
I know.
You can literally pull something up on the side while you're doing anything else, maybe besides streaming, I guess.
Yeah, but typically I like will watch YouTube videos or
Uh,
other streams and I don't really watch any shows. I have watched like a movie on my computer, but that's it. Just one movie.
well, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Look, you're growing.
I know. It's crazy. I'm a different person now.
Well, you got to finish Demon Slayer.
I'll
Do you have
finish it.
anything else on your short list that you want to watch?
There's I mean, there's a lot of stuff like we didn't finish like the latest season of Stranger Things and
Mm.
like I've never seen Squid Game. That'd be probably a cool one to watch since another one is out.
I haven't
Um,
seen Squid Game at all either, even first season.
yeah, no, not the first season.
I'm with
So
you.
there's I mean, and there's a lot of other like animes that would be cool to watch. Like pretty much any of the popular ones like would
I
be
got Rex for you.
sick. Yeah,
I got Rex.
I feel like everybody has like
Yeah.
recommendations, but they're never the same. Like everybody's like has like fairly unique taste in what they suggest, and so
There's a lot of anime out there, man.
I'm into it. Send them over. Send over the recommendations. I'll watch them.
I'll send you a hot top 5.
Yeah,
Hot top 5.
something that has like anywhere from 30-minute episodes. Any longer than that is like I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it.
I like there's a lot of anime that have like one season, and it's
Yeah,
just like a quick one and done, you know, beginning and end of a story. And there's a lot of those, and I like those. You always end up wishing there was more
Mm,
when you finish it, but
yeah,
it's nice that it's quick and you can feel accomplished getting through all of them. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I'll have to send you a few recommendations. If you guys have recommendations out there, leave them in the comments below. I know everybody's got opinions on anime, so let Tooth know what he should watch.
and I have no problem watching it and telling you that I think it sucks or I think it's good. So if you don't want to hear me say that, then don't send me the one that you think is awesome and nobody would ever hate it because I might hate it. Just
Hey,
saying.
there you go. Enough said. Nice.
But yeah, not a lot of games, but I did have a real human baby, so that seems like enough for 2 weeks.
Plenty.
Plenty for
Plenty.
2 weeks. How about you? Did you
Nice.
have a real human baby?
Nope.
You
I
didn't get
had
one?
lots of food babies.
Oh
No
yeah?
human babies. But I have been playing games.
Oh yeah? Marvel
So
Rivals?
definitely Marvel Rivals. I don't know. Okay, real quick, Marvel Rivals. There's a significant change from season 0 to season 1. It's been a lot harder because everybody that was like a
Mm,
high rank, the ranks reset. So
yeah.
everybody's brought down several ranks. And so they're all trying to get back to where they were.
Yeah.
And so I'm playing against people that were way above my level or, obviously lower than my level. It's different. It's just different than when everybody was learning the game.
Yeah.
Now everybody pretty much knows where they stand with the game and how to play. And so it's a lot more competitive, a lot
Mm,
more competitive.
yeah.
And so it's been tougher, but I got a squad that I kind of roll with and we have a good time. But the thing is, everybody plays on their own as well. And so everybody's ranking up faster than me because I don't grind ranked.
Yeah.
I play a lot of other games. And so eventually they're all going to reach a rank where I'm not going to be able to play with them. And I'll be
Yeah.
left
It'll be
eating their dust.
they'll have to make burner accounts and boost you.
Or just maybe lose a couple and come back to me.
Come back, just lose
Come
5 in a
back to me.
row. Just lose 5 in a row.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
You'll get it back.
Yeah,
But
That I feel like it's one of those things where like it's like Overwatch was, right? Like when a new season of Overwatch starts, you have to skip the first week and the last 2 weeks because those are like the most toxic situation that you could ever be in. And there's that
True.
sweet spot in the middle where it's like all the high ranks have evaporated to a level that you'll never be at, and all the people that were trolling are now gone too. And so then you hit that nice sweet spot and the game is fun and you're in a lobby where you can survive.
Wait, that happens for you with Overwatch?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I
What's
think
that like?
I think it's awesome. I think if you play it strategically and you skip the first week of a new season's awful. And it's always the last 2 weeks where people are like, I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's like everybody that like wants to ruin your day plays right then in the last two
Yeah.
weeks of the season. And so I just decided that I won't do that. And I'll only play quick play and grind through the battle pass and that's it. Um
That's
yeah,
a
I
that's definitely a viable way to play.
yeah, yeah, I think so. I'd like to play
Don't
more Marvel Rivals though. It's
you
it's
should. You
good.
would like it.
I've watched a lot of it. I've played a little bit of it, not too much, but and I'm not quite to the ranked level yet. So
But next time it's like late night and we're about to grind a session of Overwatch, we should just do Marvel Rivals instead.
yeah,
And just play quick matches and have a good time.
yeah, we can do that.
Nice. Um I've also, so this is what I was gonna say before, is how you should download, because it's like legal and okay and on the App Store now. You should download an emulator on your phone and then, acquire games to play on that emulator.
Hmm.
The less strictly legal part of it, but I mean, come on,
Yeah,
call the cops, call the cops. You know what I
I.
mean? What? Who cares?
It seems so. I don't know. It seems hard to play any game on my phone because one, like the battery dies. I don't like that, and then it's also I don't like being tethered to my charger either. And so I don't know. I've
There's
never
no
really played.
buttons.
There's
There's no
also
buttons.
yeah, there's no buttons. I don't know. There
That
was
frustrates me. That's the number one thing for me, is that like you get haptic feedback when you
yeah,
press like the buttons, but man, it sucks not having buttons. But it's a small price to pay for convenience, in my opinion.
just close your eyes and imagine it. Imagine the
Like
buttons there.
I've been playing Pokemon Soul Silver lately.
Okay.
It's a DS game,
Mm-hmm.
and it works fantastic on the phone
That's
because
weird.
the bottom screen of the DS is a touch screen,
Yeah.
and all those buttons work just like any other button on your phone. You just tap it, and so it works really well. And there's also save states and stuff like that. And the only issue is you can't really play super twitchy games
Hmm.
because there's no buttons. You don't
Yeah.
get any. You can't feel where your fingers are without looking.
Yeah.
It's probably an acquired skill, but
Where
I just play a lot of Pokemon.
how is the DS screen split for the phone?
I can show you, but it's split just top bottom.
Okay. I was saying like one of those like weird phones that flip would be kind of sick for it. Oh, okay. Yeah,
That
that makes
works.
sense. Yeah, that works. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I have it fast forwarded too, so you can move around really fast and
Yeah.
stuff. And um, yeah, I just got done doing. It's like a little mini game. It's called Voltorb Flip, I think, but it's basically Minesweeper, but with little Voltorbs instead of mines.
Oh, yeah.
And I just do like a save state, and then I fail to get the answers, and then I just fill in all the not Voltorb spots, and I'm on to the next level, and I just cheese the hell out of it. Cheated, basically. I cheated.
Yeah, yeah.
But I got a Dratini, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Got
I
enough
mean,
points to buy a Dratini.
I don't know how you sleep at night, but that's okay. You have
Oh,
a
I sleep
Dratini.
great, dude.
You have a Dratini,
I'm telling
I
you,
guess.
small price to pay for the convenience of being able to do fun stuff like that. Because it's either that or just beat my head against the wall until I do well enough to get a Dratini. But I just did it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the save state is something that I will never be mad at anybody for after playing like the old Zelda games on the Switch,
Mm,
because some of them you die and you're like really far
you're
away.
sent back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in some of the in Ocarina of Time, like you have like some of those dungeons and stuff that you're in, like in the bosses. Dude, the hell with that. I'm not doing any of that. The save state is where it is. We're in 2025. I'm saving my game wherever I want to save it.
Get real.
Let's go.
So, but the emulator I use, it's on the App Store. It's called Delta.
Delta.
Maybe just get it.
I'll try
Pop
it.
it on.
Yeah.
Look for some ROMs online. I can even send you some, to be honest.
Yeah.
Share what I got with you.
I don't I guess you just save the ROM on your phone.
Yeah, in the files on your phone.
Okay.
And then you go from the app, open up that file, and open it up in the emulator. We can talk about it, but I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, baby in one arm, phone over here, and you're playing old games,
Yeah.
Pokemon, stuff you've never played before because you never had a DS, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I never did have a DS, so
It's fun, man. It's cool. So yeah, Pokemon Soul Silver. It's been fun. I've
nice.
been I've been just whittling away at it slowly over
What's your
past
party?
couple weeks. My party, I have a Dratini. I just talked about that.
Yeah.
I've also got Flaffy,
Okay.
which is like an early electric sheep type.
Mm-hmm.
Pidgey. I got I traded a Bellsprout for an Onyx,
Oh,
but he's not
what?
gonna last.
A Bellsprout for an Onyx?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a wicked trade.
I mean, it's good for me.
Yeah.
And Onyx is like okay, but
Yeah.
he's not gonna last. He's not gonna stay around. And I've got a Quilava,
Okay.
and I've got a Zubat, which is weird for me. I don't
Yeah.
normally have Zubat in my party,
Yeah. That's
but
not a staple of the party.
with Soul Silver, you can get like a Golbat and then a Crobat, and
Mm.
Crobat's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So figured I've never really had a Zubat in my party. Might as well.
It's
Let's give it
time.
a shot.
It's
See how
time.
long it lasts. I'll probably end up finding something else to swap it out for, but for now, it's nice.
I was talking to my nephew because they play Pokemon. I don't know what they play on, but they were talking about it the other day at a birthday party, and I was like, my party, I go full Weedles, Weedle only.
Oh, they laugh you out the room for that one.
They just like stared at me, like how like I had like four heads. They were like, "What? Why would you?" I'm like, "You don't understand. Try it. Just try it. Try a full party of Weedles."
You're a troll, bro. You're trolling. I did get a Weedle and I had a Beedrill in my party for a bit, but then
Nice.
I swapped out Beedrill for the Dratini. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Anyway, I've also been playing A Way Out,
Okay.
which playing co-op with my boy Fatal Tone on Fridays.
Mm.
That game rocks. It's just Hazelight Studios just really knows how to make co-op games. They're best in the industry, in my opinion. Really good, and it makes me look more forward to their new game. I forget what it's called. We talked about it in a couple episodes ago, but
Yeah,
um,
from the Game Awards.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
what
I'm
is that
looking
game's
forward
name?
to it. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think I think those games are just like you're right. Like they are the leader in a co-op game, and I feel like there's nobody that's even touching them right now.
Nobody dedicates the time to it,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a. I don't know. Like, there's other co-op games for sure. It's mostly like
Yeah.
online co-op where you're not but they show both screens
Yeah.
on each person's screen, which I think is a nice touch, and it really kind of you're able to see what the other person is doing all the time. It's almost like you're in the room together,
Yeah. Yeah.
like with two separate TVs. Like you can watch what each other is doing, or you're in the room together, split screen.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean.
it feels more split screen than any other experience has been since you're not actually playing couch co-op,
Mhm.
and I like that. I think that's awesome.
Me too.
Split
So
fiction.
yeah,
That's the game.
Split Fiction. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be
But
good.
yeah, A Way Out's been fun. It starts a little slow,
Hmm.
but it ramps up and it gets more exciting. And I think we're right at the tail end of the game now. So after a couple sessions, it's not the longest game in the world. So
I've never played that
uh,
one. Did you and Zubat play that one?
we
Yeah.
did a
Okay.
while back.
Yeah.
So I've played it before, but it was long enough ago to where I don't remember most things that happened. Just the
Yeah.
things that really frustrated me. Like there's this part with a boat where you're like one person has like you each have an oar and one person's in front, one's behind, and you have to navigate down this, pretty rushing river.
Yeah.
And it's oh god, because you hit a rock and you do damage to your boat and then you sink and you have to restart
Yeah.
until you hit a checkpoint. But it's frustrating, but it's fun. It's still like you get through it. We got through it,
Yeah, yeah. But
so
it's always those. I think the boat games are the most frustrating ones. Honestly, there's one in Mario, like one of the Mario parties on the Wii
oh
that were like that. I can't remember which mini game it was, but God, I hate the boat. Anything to do with a boat.
yeah. I just don't like the idea of, you break your little boat and you're stranded in the water. Like, good thing it's a video game and it's not real. But
Yeah.
yeah. I've also last Friday, so not yesterday, but last week, me and Fatal Tone, I founded a game on Steam called Drunken FC,
Okay.
and it's kind of um like Animal Party. What is it? What's that game called?
Party
With the
animals.
party animals, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like janky movement.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you take a step with the right, like pushing forward the right stick and then pushing forward the left stick, and you have to kind of like, hobble around. You're in a tiny little field, and it's like 1v1 soccer. I think it's, up to 4v4 or something maybe, but it's really like janky soccer. And
Hmm.
you in one hand you have a beer and it's just like spilling out all over the place, and you're just like hobbling around trying to kick the ball
That's
and
funny.
and shoot the ball into the other person's goal. And we died laughing playing that game, Drunken FC. It I don't remember how much it was. It was like maybe $7 or something like that.
Okay.
And not a lot of people, I don't know, it didn't seem like it had a lot of reviews, but it came out recently, and we had a blast playing it for, I don't know, we probably played it for maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have legs to stick, and you don't play it all night, but fun little party game.
I feel like 30 or 40 minutes for a $7 game is like if it's like funny and you can play it with somebody, that's worth every penny.
We were dying laughing. It was so funny. And it's always there now. I own it, so it's always there to go back to and play again. So
Yeah.
I've been playing through all the Fears to Fathom games.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was one of our player pass games, the
Mhm.
newest Fears to Fathom, episode 5. And so I played through 0, 1, and 2. I think it's like 0 or just like 1. No, because I've played 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I'm on episode 3 now. And so it's been, man, those games are awesome.
They seem really good. I have them and I haven't played them yet, but they're
Yeah.
I mean, the one that we played was good.
Yeah. And the other ones are really good also in a slightly different way.
Mm.
And they're shorter. The most recent one was like what, 3.5 hours long or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
These ones are like an hour and a half. The first one is like 20 minutes,
Yeah, that's what I heard is the first one's like super short.
but
It's
it's a good
also
proof of
free. It's also
concept.
free though, too, right?
Yes, the very
Yeah.
first one.
The
Yeah.
first one, yeah.
But man, everything leads up to one jump scare, and it got me good. It
The
got me. I haven't made a short or anything. Nobody clipped it, so I don't have any evidence or proof yet. But I'm looking into making a little piece of content out of it because
yeah.
it got me good.
The
I don't know why I didn't expect it. I should have expected it.
the jump scares honestly are insane. Like in those games, like I feel like it's not that they're it's not that they're that scary, but the strategic timing of them is
Mm-hmm.
so good because it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a jump scare soon. And the second that you start thinking of that, you have it right that second and not like in 2 or 3 minutes when you're anticipating.
Like this one for the very first Fears to Fathom, you're hiding under the bed because somebody might have just broken into your house. And then the doorbell rings and your mom texts you and she's like, "It's the neighbor. You can go check it." You go to the front door and I'm like, "Okay." So get out from under the bed. I open my bedroom door. I'm upstairs and so I'm walking across to really slowly, of course, cuz you move slowly in those games. You're walking toward the stairs and then you hear like wood creaking. And so I turn around, I look, there's nobody there. I think it might have been my steps or something. I don't know, but why did the wood creak? And then I turn back and then there's the door next to the stairs. It's your parents' room. That door opens, the lights on, and he comes like quickly scurrying out to get you. And
Yeah.
it got me, man. But the sound design and everything really aided
Yeah.
like just confusing me right before it happened. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
It's
They got
it's
me.
it's the freaking like jank movement in the games that make it just like so much scarier. Like the jump
Yeah.
scare so much better.
Yeah. And the other episodes I've played are really good too. And I'm looking forward to, I think, Monday playing through episode 3, Carson
Nice.
House, Fears to
Nice.
Fathom. Great games. Love them so far. Um, last one. Last night, I booted up the first Diablo because it's on Game Pass now.
Hmm.
The first Diablo.
Yeah.
The music's great. It looks, like how you'd expect an older game like that to look.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. I feel
It's
like
definitely like you're mowing down a lot of mobs and getting a bunch of loot but your inventory is really small. And I found the first boss, the butcher, and he comes out and just like really quickly keeps hitting me and I can't
yeah.
even run away. I used all
Yep.
my potions. I try to turn around and hit him. I can't hit him because he's just on me, chopping, 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 and I died.
Yep.
And I died and I had to restart everything I did. Lame.
Honestly, I feel like Diablo was not enjoyable, the first one, and then Diablo 2 came out and that game rocked. That game was
Yeah, I've never
awesome.
played Diablo 2 myself, but
Oh,
I only hear good things.
it's so good. Either
Yeah.
the reboot that they did was so awesome. Like I feel like I played it for like I didn't play it for that long, but I played it for like 5 days. Like only playing that game
Yeah.
and leveling up like 3 or 4 characters like all the way. Like getting all the way through like 3 or 4 characters with a party of specifically like going through the game like that to get like just big loot, and that's really fun. And then it just sort of like dies as fast as because I can't skip school
Yeah.
the next day to play the game like I used to be able to. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I could see myself trying the first Diablo again and figuring out some way to kill the butcher and moving on, but I doubt I'll play it more. But I would like to see Diablo 2, that reboot,
yeah,
come to Game Pass also. I don't think I'd buy it, but if it was there, I would definitely download and try it.
yeah. I
So,
if it comes up, just skip straight to that one. Don't play Diablo. Just go straight into the second one.
yeah. But I was a rogue, for anybody wondering. I was a
Oh,
rogue.
nice.
And I like shooting the arrows. That was cool.
Yeah.
Didn't help me with the butcher though. He butchered me. Ugh.
So some of the bosses are just like insufferable. Like
Yeah.
it's just I feel like I don't know, like even the other Diablo games, I feel like there's at least one boss, and I've not played the other ones, but I've watched all of them. There's always like one that's like, why? Why did you like? Why is this one so different? Why did you put this in here? Why
Yeah.
can't I kill it? And I mean, it's probably a skill issue,
I
but
don't know what came over me. I think I just wanted to see what the older ones like because I've
mm,
never really liked Diablo. I don't like loot, dungeon crawling, loot, tons of loot kinds of games like that.
yeah,
Um, it's just too much organizing, less gameplay. I just want to play the game. I don't want to move things around, or be disappointed that I can't pick up the new thing because I have too much old crap and deciding what to drop and what to pick up. And it's like, I
Yeah,
just want to play the game,
it's mostly
but that's the
backpack
game.
simulator. You know, that's the way it is. There's the one that was like the game where you're shooting Muppets with a little uh that game that you played.
My Friendly Neighborhood or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I felt like I saw that game and I was like, oh, I hate that you have to like organize a bag to take with. I
It's
feel
like,
like
I think it was like in a Resident Evil 4 kind of way, right?
yeah, yeah. I see those kind of things and I'm like immediately turned off by it, but I can't but it's so weird that I played Diablo 2 so much
Right.
and that was fine. I don't understand like what it is about the inventory uh thing that bugs me. I do it with
I,
Minecraft.
I would love to get over it. I
Yeah,
would love to not mind what like everyone else seems to not mind, but
yeah.
I just, ugh, ugh,
That's
don't
fair.
like it.
That's fair.
Maybe it'll change one day. Maybe my tastes will change, but yeah.
Yeah,
But
not every game's for everyone.
nope. And but yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing.
That's a lot. That's still a lot of games.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't gonna beat you this week, but
Yeah, but you did beat me in some way
yeah,
because
yeah,
you got the thing that you did do was a lot more significant than playing a bunch of games.
yeah. I did
So,
like an IRL level up. I
yeah,
prestiged.
you evolved.
Yeah, I evolved. Yeah,
Mhm. And you even watched Demon Slayer. You watched a show.
I watched a show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bigger than if you would have doubled your list in games. Honestly, that's bigger
Yeah,
than any of that. So
that's a big deal for you.
it
So,
is.
good for you.
Thanks, man.
That's it for this episode proper of Mustache Ride.
Oh,
Thanks for watching.
look to the name change that's coming up because we have some things in the works right now. We're waiting on a Fiverr artist shout out next day graphics guy that isn't quite next day, but I'm not that mad at you. And so that'll be soon.
Yeah, look forward to it. It's going to be a good name. We have two names that have rose to the top, and we're just deciding between those two.
Yes.
But we're trying to see what it looks like first.
Yeah.
So, we're in the final
Countdown.
voting countdown.
Final countdown.
That's right. So yeah. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Check out the
Yes.
Patreon.
Mhm.
Join the Discord. Get involved. Let
Yeah.
us know how to make the show better.
Tell us what
Besides
games to
telling us
play.
tell Tooth what shows to watch.
Yeah, yeah. That would be good.
Nice. But I think it's time to move on to a little segment we like to call Player Pass. Because we here at Mustache Ride, or the podcast formerly known as Mustache Ride, we like to play video games, Tooth.
Yes. I do like it doesn't seem like it, but I do like to play video games.
Yeah. Don't let what he does fool you. He does like to play video games.
Yes.
And so do I. And so each episode we spin the Great Wheel of Games.
Great Wheel of Games.
And we pick a new game to play in between episodes, and then we return the following episode to have a fun discussion about that game.
Yes.
And last week we spun the game The Falconeer.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna spin the wheel again, and we're gonna freaking figure out what we're gonna play between episodes again. But first,
Yeah.
The Falconeer, dude.
Yeah, the Falconeer solo
Yeah.
developer. So
Yeah, let's keep that in mind.
keep that in mind. It was a solo developer, and it's an older game too. So it came out in 2021, and it's like an aerial fighter game. That's pretty much what it is.
Yep. I don't love those kinds of games. I never really have.
Same.
But of the ones that I have played, this game definitely does it right in a lot of ways.
Yeah, this game has a lot of good qualities.
Yes, The Falconeer.
Yes.
It also has a lot of qualities that I detest, dare
Okay.
I say.
Okay.
Um, I mean, but let's talk about some good things first to justify saying some bad things.
Yes.
Because I like the graphics that they had. I like how the game looks.
Yeah.
The animations are really good. Like
Mhm.
most aerial combat games, you're more or less piloting a static thing. It doesn't move.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's not often that you're a bird in an aerial combat kind of game. At
Yeah.
least that I
Mm.
know of. I think there's a game or two that where you're a big dragon, you know.
Yeah, I can't really think of
Um,
anything either specifically.
but you're turning left, you're turning right, you're diving down, and the animations are really nice and fluid in between all that stuff. So that's definitely something that they've got going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, like when I logged in like and started flying around, it kind of reminded me of like Sea of Thieves a little bit, like the graphics like I don't know,
Sure.
like they were like similar in a way, like it reminded me of it. And even like the idea of it being like open world, it could be just that it was around the ocean. I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's
probably.
it's open world, you're flying around, like you're seeing things like that you can interact with that are like separate almost from the game. Like
Hmm.
you don't do anything with those things, but they're there. And so that's what it kind of reminded me of. And I think if you like Sea of Thieves, you might like this game too. I don't like Sea of Thieves.
Maybe.
So like I
You
this one
don't?
no, I don't like it.
Huh.
I don't like the repetitive nature of the missions.
Okay, sure.
And this game is similar to that. But I think it was good. Like it's good as like a unique like aerial shooter game.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. And that's one thing. And I have a clip for this. When I first opened it up, I think I have a clip for this. When I first opened it up, I was surprised by the lore, like the amount of talking and preamble there was.
Yes.
I definitely didn't expect there to be so much backstory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just a lot,
The
and a lot of it is kind of not disconnected, but just they just throw you right in to all these terms and all this lore, and they just dump on
Yeah.
you.
There is a big like dump of lore. There is like holy moly the amount of dialogue in this game. It was sort of like reminded me of I don't know like in Civilization 6 like you'll open the game and like you'll pick something and it'll just start reading about that civilization and it'll
Yeah.
read that entire thing. This game is the same thing. Like you just open it up and it just like keeps going and going and going and going. And I had a clip of like of the like of a
Oh,
certain
good.
like piece of the dialogue.
Yeah, I don't think I added the clip that I was thinking I did.
And it's not that it's not bad.
No, it's overall a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just kidding. I'm confused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also
That's
confused.
confusing.
Also confused. Level that we can do
This
as
is
of
the
right now.
Reach, the sacred keep of the Mensa Order. Here is where the secrets are contained, where the path of the Earthsea is plotted, not for the sake of power or such worldly affairs, but for the redemption and the survival of all the people on the Earthsea. A task for which the Mensa
Mercy.
Order has suffered for a millennia. And now, like so many times before, the lust for power has disturbed the balance, and the way forward has been blocked. Oberon's Reach awakes. Not the sound of
Who's that?
progress and learning, but the sound of war and chaos. A crusade to purge and punish the evil acts of oath-breaking and mass murder upon the lost. House of Borgia.
Like, bro, drink some water.
Committed. In the
Yeah.
name
It's like the
of
voice.
the Imperium.
In the name of the Imperium. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a long clip, but honestly, if I had to go through it, you have to go through it too. And that's not like one scene. That's literally any time that you talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's a voice actor of some sort. I like to think that it's Thomas Sala, the solo developer, doing every voice in that game. That's what I like to think, is that it's just him recorded
Yeah.
all of that himself. And
I doubt it, but that would be funny
I hope you did. Even if you
and
didn't,
impressive.
yes, yeah. So Thomas, if you're watching this, just tell me that you did that. Don't like don't don't blow that for me. Just say that you did it even if you didn't. But oh my god, the dialogue, there's so much of it. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Yeah, and like I said, they just throw you in. But
Yeah.
okay, so there's the tutorial chapter, chapter
Mhm.
1, and I got in a little bit into chapter 2. How long did you play the game for?
I
The
played
Falconeer.
I played for an hour and a half. I played the tutorial chapter, which I was very like surprised because I don't did the ship sink for you?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
okay. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't even
Yeah, I
see
thought
the
I
thing.
screwed it up.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even see the thing that's shooting the thing. Like, was I supposed to go longer? But what I did is played through like that one, then the first one for a little bit. And then I went straight to the farthest one that I could play, the highest level.
Oh,
And
nice.
I did that to see if the combat was any harder or like if anything was different.
I bet it was. I
It
bet it
was-
was way harder.
It was not any harder in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't
Huh.
die, I didn't die at all in the game, and I wonder if it was just like I wasn't even sure if you could.
I did die once, but
Okay.
we'll get to that. It was on purpose. So,
Okay.
but I played for about 2 hours 20 minutes. And I got through the tutorial, the first chapter, and then I got into the second chapter and did a few missions,
Mm,
and then I called it there. And I saw a difficulty spike within the second chapter.
okay.
The big thing, if you want to pull up the picture, I have a picture in my list of clips, but in the tutorial chapter, they give you like this decked out falcon build where all your stats
Mm,
are pretty high. And then this is like the second chapter on the right where you don't have as good of stats. And specifically your HP is like half of a tick long. And you feel that when you start getting hit by these new enemies, you feel that. And I almost died a couple times, not on purpose. My health was like at a sliver and I had to dive down under the water. And there's like a mechanic where you can dive and get a fish and eat the fish and heal.
Oh, I wondered if you could get the fish.
You can, yeah.
Damn, I tried to do that, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. It's the diving, I guess.
Yeah. So there was
Should've
one
known
mission
that.
where they taught you how to eat the fish. They taught you how to like use the little tornado things above the water to get
Yeah.
air and refill your jet boosters. I don't know, your boost. And then they told you about the jet streams that are up in the sky that you can
Okay.
take, and it's like a little lane to make you go faster.
Hmm.
And I have a clip for that. It's way too high up in the air.
I see. I didn't know about the jet streams really. I saw them on the map,
No bother.
but I couldn't figure out why in combat I would just suddenly get like skyrocketed up into the air. I was like, what is going on? I don't want to do that.
Oh, those little tornadoes
Yeah.
that boost you up.
It
Yeah.
boosted me. I was like, what the hell is that? Okay.
Find a jet stream high in the air and ride it. Oh, that's way up there.
See, I didn't
It's
get up.
way up there.
I didn't get up that high.
Oh, baby.
It's like
Oh,
finding.
yeah, you
it's
are
like finding
going
Nemo.
faster. Yeah, the East Australian current. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the problem with that is that you're spending so much time flying straight up that you could just keep flying straight and get the distance that you would taking the little jet stream just as fast because you're not going straight up into the air.
Yeah.
And so even the little tornado things toward the water don't shoot you up that high toward the jet streams, and they're not connected or anything. So
Yeah.
I just found it confusing. Why are the jet streams even there if they're so inconvenient to use, you know?
Yeah, in my opinion, like the little tornado things, once I figured it out, the jet streams, now that I know what they do, the like charging up your weapons in the thunderstorm, none of that seemed to make
I,
any sense to me. I was like, why would you do that? I don't understand what
does it make them stronger or something? Yeah, I didn't get a clip of that, but yeah, you go into the thunderstorm and the lightning
yeah.
charges the back of your falcon and the things glow and
It's so you
does
don't
it
run
make
out
your weapon stronger or you don't
it's
run out of
you don't
ammo?
run out of ammo. So I ran out of ammo like several times, but there was
Oh.
not a thunderstorm close to me in
Ah,
combat, which would make sense. So I had to fly like to another freaking
away.
planet to charge my guns back up.
Huh.
And then like later on it tells you that like sometimes the turrets will drop ammo that you can pick up. And I was like, so why would you charge your guns if you can just pick up ammo from another gun? What does that do? Like I couldn't figure out in my mind why it was like electric ammo. Like
Yeah.
why that was going on. Like I missed it in the
Well,
lore.
so you have your regular gun that you shoot,
Yes.
and then you also have your missiles that you shoot.
Yes.
I ran out of missiles every time in combat, and
Yes.
then I just rely on my regular gun. I never really ran out of my regular gun's ammo though, so I wonder
Oh.
why I didn't run out.
So I got to the later like when I did the later levels, the only thing that was harder is that it took a long time to kill the like ships or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not the other like flying things, but the ships took a lot of time. And so I would run out of ammo, I'd have to go back, get ammo, come back, shoot the things again, and finally I got it, but I was like, I don't that's so inconvenient. Like if you're not going to put the thing to reload close to the combat,
Yeah.
then you're like breaking that like combat feel the whole
The
time.
flow.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
flow of it.
Yeah, so I I don't even know where to go from here. Oh, well, I had shown the picture of the differences in the tutorial thing, the tutorial stats,
Yeah.
and then the chapter 2 stats and how your health is so low, and I really think that contributed to the difficulty spike that I experienced when I
Mm,
got into chapter 2, and I have a clip for this where there's a new type of enemy and new type of ship, and they just wailed on me, and I was like, whoa, 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 because nothing had shot at me like that until this
yeah.
moment.
Okay.
That's one down. Oh, they're hitting me with a bunch of shit. What the hell? Damn, these guys are no joke. I'm about to die.
Okay. So I encountered those things in the tutorial because I didn't know I was supposed to be doing something. And so I was just sort of flying around and I encountered one of those bug guys.
Oh, okay.
And so I I didn't get it to him because I didn't go to the second chapter or whatever, but
Right, right.
yeah, those things are kind of I didn't find anything like that in the later ones. And maybe I just like didn't do enough. I was just doing the story missions. I didn't
Yeah.
do any side things or anything like that, and so I wonder if I just didn't get anything that wasn't a part of a story mission.
But you did most of chapter 1, right? After the tutorial? Or did you
Yeah,
do all of it?
I did most of chapter 1 story
Okay.
quests.
So, did you end up exploring the open world at all, going from your home base area? Like, did you go over to that Emporium area to buy stuff?
No, I didn't go to buy anything. I mean, I went
Okay.
over there, I saw it, but I didn't land anywhere except the place with the giant crocodile fish thing. I don't know if you saw that area.
I don't think so.
There was an area that was like this freaking giant like crocodile or fish or dinosaur or something. They had it hanging there like a
Oh, I
fishing
did see
village.
that.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, that thing is badass. That is cool.
So you landed there?
Yeah, I landed there. Nothing happened, and I couldn't do anything because I was in the middle of a quest.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't get to talk to anybody, but that was cool.
Yeah, in between quests, I talked to the guy at our home base and bought a like a emblem thing to allow me to buy better stuff from the Emporium area. And then
Mm,
I left and flew over to the Emporium area. Or no, I fast traveled there, which was nice. Fast travel's nice.
fast travel's good. That's a good thing.
I went to the Emporium area. Dude, I shit you not. There were things that costed 22,000 splinters, which is the
See,
currency in this game. Like
I
22,000, 30,000. Like that stuff that's too expensive.
yeah, I didn't understand what that was, and I guess I just sort of maybe missed it because I didn't go to any of the other people because they didn't have any quests. I just went to the person that had the quest and only talked to them.
Right.
But I killed a like pirate ship that was random that I thought I was supposed to kill as a part of the mission because it looked like the gold emblem on the compass was pointing at it, but it wasn't. It was like really far away. So I just
Right.
like spent a half an hour killing this pirate ship because it was strong as hell. And then it dropped a treasure chest of some sort,
Ooh.
and that treasure chest had splinters in it. It was like 5,000 splinters or something like that.
Nice.
And so I took that back and I was like, what the hell's a splinter? What is
Oh,
that? I had no idea.
that's your reward for doing any mission. It's
Yeah,
your currency.
I literally had no idea what that was.
Wow.
I feel like it didn't tell you.
I mean, it's just kind of. I feel like that's a given. They didn't tell you much of anything,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
that's what I'm not assuming that I need to go and buy anything. I just assume I'm flying on the back of a war eagle. I kind of have everything I need.
well, okay. So in chapter 1, the people that you can talk to at your home base to give you quests, the story missions. There's the lore guy, and then there's like the guy you can buy stuff from, and then the last one talked about how you don't meet the requirements yet, but if you can beat this race course in 30 seconds, I'll sell you a new bird. And I
Mm.
was like, that sounds sick. I have a clip for this, but it doesn't tell you what you need to do to unlock it. So I moved on to the next chapter, never having done that.
So I beat that race course. I didn't talk to this guy, and so I have no idea what I had no idea what I was like. Oh, I accidentally hit it when I was going to a mission, and it was like race started, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back to this because I'm gonna beat this race.
Ah, I'm jealous.
So I did it. No
Have a
volume.
nest of young warbirds, very rare. Show me you can fly. Finish the race course at Dunkel within 30 seconds and I'll sell you one. Hold up, bro. Hold up, I'll do that right now. Requirements not met. What are the requirements? Damn. So I guess you just have to find it in the open world?
It's
That's
like
the requirement? What is it?
so the race course is just like you fly past it for every mission. It's like right beside there. It's like a little thing and it has like little archways and one is on fire and you fly through that to start the race and then you just like keep going through it.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy.
I failed it one time and then I was like, nope, I'm doing this till I beat it. And then I got
So
it the
did you go
second
to?
time.
So you didn't go to that guy and
No,
buy
I
a new
didn't.
bird?
No,
It
I
probably
didn't.
would have been like 50,000 splinters anyway.
I didn't even talk to him because it was like I saw requirements not met. I went to the guy that sold stuff and it was like, I don't have very much. And I was like, perfect. I don't need very much, I guess. And then like I went to the lore guy. I was like, God, I don't want to hear any more people talk. And so I literally never went back to any of those other people.
Yeah.
But maybe now I will since I beat the thing.
Okay. So in chapter 1 also, there's a mission, specific mission where you're supposed to take some like precious cargo to another faction
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you're supposed to not get into combat. You're supposed to get it safely there without dropping it. Well, I dropped it.
I dropped it too.
You did? Okay, okay. So they have you go hide in the maw in this big rift in the sea, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Just this like Moses parts the Red Sea kind of big rift in the sea where gravity works different for some reason,
So
and
weird.
the ocean doesn't fill in this spot. And you're supposed to get down in there and just hide while your partner and other people take care of the enemies. And I thought that part was boring and lame. And you had to sit there for like 5 minutes just flying back and forth. I accidentally pressed right bumper and I
Mm.
dropped the thing. And then it said mission failed and it didn't end anything. I flew up and I shot stuff and it didn't end anything. It didn't restart the mission, nothing. So I was like, what the hell? So I have a clip for this as well where I ended up having to get killed. I had to like make sure and it took forever. And then it restarted me.
Weird. Okay, I'll say it after this clip.
Head for the base of the moor and get cover from the monster gun emplacements.
Head to the base of the maw. So I just hide down in here. So this big rift in the sea is called the maw. It's kind of sick. Keep the item safe. Oh no! I dropped it. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Man. Let me try again. Retry. Wait, so I can't retry it? Just kill me. I failed the mission. How do I retry? Oh my god. Shoot me, shoot me. Oh my god, just my luck. I'd press one wrong button press. Kill me, kill me, kill me. So close. Okay, okay. Do I get to retry now? And yes, I got to retry
Nice.
after some monologue from some mystery lady, and then it restarts you at the beginning of the mission. But that was just kind of lame because I didn't know what to do after that. I could have killed
Yeah.
all the guys. I could have killed all of them, and went back, I guess, to
Yeah.
the
To the
main
thing.
area. But I didn't know if that would. I didn't want it to continue. I didn't want it to continue with like a failed
Yeah.
mission on my permanent record. I don't know.
So
So I
I
just died.
so I had that, right? And you're taking it to the House of Borgia, whoever
Yeah.
whoever the hell that is. But I was flying around. I didn't listen to the rest of the dialogue for most of it because I was sort of over it at that point. And so I didn't even hear the part about the mall. So I was just sort of flying around. I was shooting at people, and then I got shot and it dropped, like the thing fell, but
Mm.
I wasn't in the mall. I was just out in the water, so it let me scoop down and pick it back up. And
Really?
I just scooped down, pick it back up, and then I took it to the House of Borgia after I killed all the people.
Why did I even they told me to go down there. They
I
told me to go down there.
As soon as I figured out I could hit A and skip all the stuff, I was like,
Wow.
don't tell me about it. I don't want to know.
Shameful.
I skipped all of it. I'm sorry. After the freaking 600 million long sentence long paragraph, I was like, I don't need to know any of this. Like, I feel like you guys are saying the same exact thing. Like,
Well,
the House
quick
of Borgia's
rundown.
cheating, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know.
Well, the House of Borgia was working with the pirates and supplying
Yeah.
the pirates with guns and weapons and ships and stuff. And then you your home faction, I forget what they're called.
The Dunkel.
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 They end up losing their like partnership with a different faction thanks to the Imperium people. They were like, nah, you just don't get it anymore.
Yeah.
And so we're like, what the hell? And it's because of the pirates for some reason.
Yeah.
And then we get intel that Borgia was working with the pirates. And we're like, what the hell? And we have this intel. And we, instead of going to the Imperium, we went to Borgia. And we're like, hey, guys, what the hell? What's up with this? And then Borgia and Dunkel talk. And they start working together. But on the way, you escort, which, oh, God, we got to talk about escorting.
Oh, my God.
But you escort Borgia over to Dunkel, and then on your way, you get attacked by pirates. And the Borgia lady's like, oh, they're turning on us. Great. that's not what we wanted. And so you end up working with Borgia, and then a different faction, I forget what they're called, Salad Fingers. What is it
Yeah,
called?
salad tree.
Salad Tree. Um, you end up letting the pirates like destroy part of Salad Tree before taking out the pirates. Like you keep your distance. In fact, I dropped mines on the Salad Finger defenses because they weren't going fast enough. And I
You
was like,
could
hurry it up.
you could pick up the mines.
You can pick up the mines.
Oh,
I actually have a clip how you can pick up the mines and drop them on stuff, and it's pretty sick.
oh, dude, I wondered if you could pick those up. I just sort of accidentally shot him and blew him up in the water.
That's probably viable too. That's fine.
It was in some cases.
This pirate scum. Did I get him? Oh,
Nice.
it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a whole thing, and it's very political. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of politics involved. I feel like they wanted some deep interweaving faction beef narrative like Game of Thrones or something, you know.
Yeah.
The lore is so thick and people talk so much.
Yeah, I feel like if you were gonna make a video on the lore of this, it would have to be like 6 or 7 hours long because it just didn't make any sense to me. Partly because I was skipping through half of it, and so that's fair.
I'll
But
do it.
it was so much of it, and yeah, the escorting thing, I almost quit right that second.
Boy, there's a lot of escorting, dude.
And it is
It's like-
so boring.
It's
Oh
like
my
80% of
God.
the missions that you have to go do. You leave your home base, you get 2 feet out into the sea, and it's like fast travel to the mission area. And so you do, obviously, and then you do the thing, you kill the pirates, or you kill whatever, or you deliver the thing, or you pick up the thing, and then you go back to home base 2 feet away. It's like, you want to fast travel home?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously. And it's so easy. Or you have to fly out to the sea to a ship sitting there, and then you have to go as absolutely slow as you can possibly go to keep pace with the ship.
Yes.
Literally, you have to dive into the water and slow down and go as slow as you can. And they want you to escort the ship. And then finally, the objective marker moves away, and you're like, "Yes, I'm free!" And you can fly
Finally.
away. Yeah,
Dude.
and it's just so boring.
It was in there. They go so slow. I'm like, oh my God. Like, nobody is faster than me. I'm on a bird and I'm going the fastest that anybody can go in this game, I feel like. And it probably wouldn't have been bad if there was like a lot of stuff to kill. Like, if it was
Yeah.
really challenging. But, like,
Right.
you see like one set of pirates that has like 2 other birds and a ship, and you kill it in like 5 seconds, and then that's it. That's the only combat you see the whole time.
I didn't need the ship. Why am I escorting the ship? I don't need your help. I can just go
Yeah.
do the thing myself.
Yeah, I don't even care about the woman from House of Borgia. To hell with
Yeah.
House of Borgia. Blow them up too.
Yep.
They live too close to the mall anyway. That's not even a good view.
It's rough.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. At the end of my play session,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up kind of just summarizing my final thoughts. I have a little clip. It's a minute or two long,
Okay.
but instead of me just saying it here, I figured I'd just play the clip.
Roll that footage.
You know, there's a lot to consider because it's not just about the combat. It's not just about the gameplay. It's about the deeper meaning behind every mission. But then, like, the missions are kind of up and down as well. Because there's good missions that seem to, like, help. But then when you break it down, it's just like an escort mission with a lot of downtime. And you kill some enemies. Maybe you pick up a thing and bring it back. And you don't even really have to fly very far because there's fast travel to and from the mission, which I actually appreciate that because the flying in itself is a little dry. And so it's hard to really say. I would like to play this game more to see what more it's all about, but I'm in chapter 2. I feel a little lost. Like I just played as in the Dunkel territory, and I was starting to get grips on that, and then that chapter ended. Now I'm playing for the Imperial Kleftmeister territory, and I'm kind of lost again, and I don't really know what our objectives are anymore. We're investigating rumors, fighting off the freebooters, and that's it. Showing off to the neighboring territories how strong we are, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm not hooked. I'm not hooked.
Yeah, and that's fair because in my opinion for this game, it just like the combat feels a little bit too easy most of the time. It's repetitive. Even if it's a new thing, it's still like you're just locking on and shooting your gun at it. It's not like you have to go pick up a mine and blow up this thing and that's the only way you can kill it, which would have been way better if there was like a specific way that you had to kill the different types of enemies, but they're all the same. And then you go to the missions and they're all the same. You're either flying to somewhere and then your mission's complete, or you're flying somewhere and bringing somebody back to where you started and then your mission is complete. And they're all like that. Like all the missions are like that, or at least all the missions that I played, even in the later ones. It's like there was another mission that was exactly go take this thing here, which is like the first thing that you did. Like, and I was like, what? Like, that's the same thing. This one was sort of stealthy. You weren't allowed to be seen, and you had you had to fly through the mall. So that was kind of cool. Because I skipped that part in the first one, I guess.
There's little things that are kind of cool. Like I did upgrade my weapon, my original weapon. I got a different one.
Nice.
So I saved up. There's like a side mission that you can do over and over for 1,000 splinters at a time, and I bought a new weapon, and it traded like fire. It traded fire speed for power.
Okay.
And it felt good. It was a stronger weapon. Felt like I was killing stuff better. I liked it. So that's like, I'm curious what the other weapons would have been. Yeah. But you've got to grind for so long, or maybe explore the open world like you did and find chests and get more splinters that way.
Yeah.
But it's for so long. You have to build up so much to buy something that's really expensive, because every weapon also has like a durability rating. And so you can buy something that's like 5 stars superb for more expensive, or you can buy the same thing that's like 3 stars all right or whatever. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But obviously I want to save up to get the superb one, the better one, because it's better. But you're saving up so much and kind of gambling on if you're going to even like that weapon or not at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad I like the weapon I upgraded to, but you can't know unless you try.
Yeah. I will say that there seems to be, and I don't know because I didn't play it, but there seems to be like hours of content, like hours and hours and hours. This game seems like it would go on forever, because there's even missions that are like, or chapters that are locked. Like you can't even get to them yet. And each mission has like, I don't know, like 8 or more like story missions, and then there's side missions for all of them. And so if you're looking for a game that has like boatloads of content, like this game has tons of stuff. I just fear that it's exactly the same thing every time, but that's just me.
I looked it up on how long to beat. It says it's about 9.5 hours.
That seems pretty good.
Not crazy.
No, it is $20.
Unless you got it for free on Epic.
Unless you got it for free on Epic. Yeah.
Try to get all the weekly games for free on Epic. It was free on there. But
so
for me,
one more thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
There is a game that this reminded me of, and I was like, what was that game? Because I remembered playing it. Crimson Skies was on the original Xbox. Yeah. And it was like a flying game, like you're flying a airplane and not a eagle. But I don't know because it was like so long ago that I played it, like I can't guarantee it. But in my mind and in my like memory of that game, I feel like the flying, shooting, and like mobility mechanics were identical to that game.
Huh.
Like exactly the same. Like had to lock on to be able to hit something efficiently, like all of it. And I was like, this game feels just like that game, like from a like flying standpoint.
There's not a big difference if you're flying a plane or not. The bullets come from a pretty similar spot
That's true.
on the craft. So I can see why it would probably feels like most every flying game you've ever played.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
I don't play a lot of them anyway.
I
It's
don't-
not
I
really
don't
my
either.
jam in general, but
That's
I do
really
like
the
that
last one
there's
that
a
I
lot-
can think of.
there's a deep lore behind the game. I appreciate that it goes a little deeper, but it's kind of just you're just flying around. How much